Good morning, everyone. I'm Katie Resendez, and I'm the Director of Children's Ministry here at UUC Phoenix. I don't like pumpkin. I really don't like pumpkin. I mean, I like to see pumpkins growing in the field with the vines coming, and you get to see how they lay and how they get more and more orange as the season goes on, and I like picking them out. I don't like carving them so much because it makes my hands hurt really bad, but I love watching other people carve them and see what ideas they come up with. I even just like seeing a whole pumpkin just sitting on someone's porch. But I don't like eating pumpkin. In fact, it's like the one thing, maybe the one thing in the whole world that I would almost say I hate. The thought of eating pumpkin flavored anything grosses me out. Talking to you all about it right now is making me kind of rumbly, tumbly. I'll try not to gag on camera. I don't like pumpkin. And I just found out, and I mean like just found out within the past 48 hours, that pumpkin spice flavored things, like pumpkin spice lattes, don't actually taste like pumpkin, the squash. They taste like pie spices, clove and nutmeg and things like that, like autumny pie spices. And growing up in New England, those are flavors very, very familiar to me. But I've never had a pumpkin spice anything because it starts with the word pumpkin. Ugh. So pumpkin spice season, not my favorite, but I do love autumn. Just don't like seeing the word pumpkin everywhere with food. But here's the thing. If you do, and it means that all year long you wait for PSL, pumpkin spice latte season, that's fantastic. Congratulations, it's here. If you want to eat pumpkin spice flavored things for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, they're there for you and you can do that. Coffee creamer, coffee, you could put the pumpkin spice coffee creamer in the pumpkin spice coffee. I mean, there's so many things you can do. I'm sure there's somewhere out there that is serving pumpkin spice flavored pot roast. You could eat that. And I hope that seeing it on the menu would make you so happy and your eyes would sparkle for a minute. Or maybe you're it's September, I guess I can put my Christmas tree up. Or maybe you keep your Halloween decorations up all year long because those purple twinkly lights and those little witches' hats make you so happy. Maybe you wear your favorite football team's jersey whenever you're feeling down. Or on those Sundays when you gather together, maybe just over Zoom to watch a game, cheering when they score makes you so happy that your heart pounds. Maybe you like to cut your grass more often than is needed. And you're careful about the environment and all of those things, but those moments of getting out there with the lawnmower make you feel good. And when you look at your lawn, you say, yeah, I did that. And you feel that sparkle. Whatever it is, do that thing. Feel that sparkle. Feel that joy. A few weeks ago, we talked about how when we meet people, sometimes the grown-ups among us have been trained that we ask someone what their name is, and then we look around awkwardly for a minute, and then we say, so what do you do? And what we actually mean is, what do you do for a living? And what we actually mean is, what's your job? But we have to think of a new question. And I have a new question that I want us to try out with one another and see if you can do it. It'll feel awkward and weird because it's new and it's not what we've been taught. But what if we were to ask people, where do you find joy? What brings you happiness? What if right after you met someone, the first thing you said, oh, nice to meet you. My name's Katie. What's yours? And they tell you and you say, what kind of things make you happy? What would happen? Because see, when we're asking people, what do you do? We just want to make a connection with them. And to be honest, hearing what someone's job is doesn't always give me a very good connection to the person. I'm an accountant. Oh yeah? But maybe asking what brings them joy, maybe you would find out that they really love coloring. Or maybe you would find out that their favorite place in the whole wide world is only 2 miles from where you were born. What if we asked, what brings you joy? See, as we've been apart in pandemic, I've noticed that our joys and sorrows as a congregation has gotten longer and longer and longer. And it feels so good to read what's going on for one another. And it feels so good to hear my own joys and sorrows when Rev Christine or the worship associate reads it back. And maybe when we're in person, we won't need our joys and sorrows list to be so long. It won't need to be such a big part of service, because when we sit down next to fellow congregants and we say, "Hi, I haven't seen you before. My name's Katie. What's yours?" Our next question will be, "What brings you joy?" And that connection that we've been looking for, that way of knowing someone else, knowing what makes them sparkle, seeing them for real, will be right there in our first few minutes. What do you think? I'd like to give it a try. I hope you do too. So speaking of pumpkins, I don't like pumpkins, but I am still a New England girl. And I would say that real autumn is the taste of apples, apple cake, apple pie for breakfast, because it is a breakfast food primarily. Apple and hash browns, apple sauce, apple butter, I really like apples. It's part of who I am. It's part of my identity of being raised in New England. And it's a pretty amazing piece of me, and they bring me joy. Bushels and bushels of apples bring me joy. I've got some New England pride.